And we are live. Twin flame healing. That's what we're going to talk about today. What is twin flame healing? What is it even? To research that and to go deeper into it for the today's Twin Flame Live. For the Abundance series. Because twin flame abundance comes forward when you have healed yourself. But what does this healing mean? And I think it's a good topic to research a little deeper and feel a little deeper. So what we're going to do today is talk about what is it. We're also going to get some oracle cards out to learn more about what is it. And we're also going to do a meditation and we're doing healing. And especially today, when the topic is twin flame healing, that is, of course, very relevant. And you can also then afterwards ask your healing questions. And if there are no direct questions, I will discuss the twin flame questions that are most asked in general. So that's what we're going to do today. And feel welcome. You can always say something in the chat. And when you watch this as recording, you can, of course, say something as a remark underneath this video. Right. So I think we just got to start with the topic of what is twin flame healing? Because recently I've actually heard that there are misconceptions about what is twin flame healing, because people tend to hear it sometimes as, so I do something wrong, or I am making a mistake, I am not perfect, I am not okay. And that is a whole thing that can happen to people, that they think, they believe that there is something off about them. And they need something, they need correction, in the sense that they're doing something wrong and now they need to be punished or something, or corrected, or what have you. And that is really questionable if that is really even the right interpretation of what is meant with twin flame healing. Because, you know, twin flames exist on a deeper level of who you already are as a human being. It is the deeper architecture of what you are on the soul level. We can't do anything about that. It is already so. And that's beautiful. And that's what that is. But you don't experience it yet in the daily life. And you can do that. You can start to do that on the daily life, on the manifested level, in physical life, in relationship. And that's then something new. Something is happening there. It starts to come in. And you make it real, what you already are on the soul level. All right. So that's what that is. So if we think about you being what you are already on the soul level, you are already dead. It is already come true. There's nothing wrong with you in that sense. You're just completely perfect. But you haven't made it come true yet in the physical world. That's why you're here. And that is what twin flame healing entails. It entails you making come true what you are already and what you are already perfect in on a soul level. But now you're going to make it come true in life. Because the truth is that you haven't really integrated it yet into your true life, right? So that is what you're going to do. And that is where the difficulty is. And that is what you could call twin flame healing. Because you could consider yourself fully healed when you're living your full, authentic, abundance, your twin flame abundance in full life, in all of its expressions that it's meant to be lived in your physical expression, in having a relationship, in having a family, in having a mission and living that together, maybe having a supporting business to support that business, to support that mission. That's what I mean. So many things that you can live in the physical as what is actually already true at the core of you. And that you could say is the healed you. That you could say is the healed twin flame beingness, how you're supposed to live. This full expression of everything, harmonious twin flame union with your true twin flame, living your full mission, enjoying that, enjoying the riches coming back to you because you shared something and people find it valuable and give you back in return, and how you live with that in your lifestyle. That's your full manifestation of the twin flame reality. But you're not there yet. And making that fully integrated is what you're going to do with twin flame healing. But this is healing, the word healing, in another way than you might have thought of using the word healing. Because maybe you thought of the word healing that there was something wrong with you. And that would be a pity, because that's not so. But nevertheless, even though there's nothing wrong with you, it's not integrated. You don't live that yet. And you could. So, twin flame healing is actually becoming more of yourself, exuding what you already are to such a degree that it expresses in your life. And that's what I want for you. That's what I think we can achieve doing the work together. That's why this channel is here. That's why I speak to you. And I do think that we can certainly call that twin flame healing. So again, there's nothing wrong with you, but you haven't integrated what you are on a deeper level, the twin flame, and you can make that happen to become all of what you can be. And that is what we're here to do. So you heal into everything that you can be. And that is the transformation that is out here for you. And I'm here to guide you to that. So in this live, we're just going to, taste a little bit of that. And we do that with oracle cards, speaking about it is, with meditation, with healing. We're going to do energy healing, and you can be part of that. And after that, you can ask your healing questions. So stay tuned for that. And we can work with your individual questions as well a little bit before we close off. So I did select a couple of oracle cards here to talk about what twin flame healing really is. And we're going to, via the cards, actually ask that to a couple of sources that I personally love to work with. And, these are sources that indeed are here to help and that I vibe with. And I'm your twin flame teacher here, so that's logic that we do that like that. And I feel like I'm watching the Divine Mother card. So apparently we're going to start with the input of Divine Mother about what is twin flame healing. And I already got her cards here. And the first card that comes out is Our Lady of the Star Blossom. That's so interesting. We're living in twin flame spring here. And I have seen a lot of new spring blossoms on the trees outside. So that's beautiful. Our Lady of the Star Blossom. So it seems that Divine Mother feels that you could come into twin flame bloom. And you're not yet. And that's why twin flame healing plays a role. You could come to bloom, and that would be entirely a fresh experience. And that may be sometimes difficult to understand, like, really a fresh experience, but I already experienced my body, I experienced my world already for decades, you know? I'm alive since 27 years or 38 years or 55 years or what have you. I know the world a little bit by now, okay? But Divine Mother says, no, you might want to actually learn to experience twin flame bloom. And you're just at the beginning of what could come out in your twin flame spring as a new flower to come in your twin flame tree. And we're not even talking about fruits yet because they come afterwards. And that might just be something different than you thought it was. And that's often, I'm going to look into the book for Divine Mother's suggestion. And that might be just as it usually is, because did you know that the twin flame is different than you thought it was? In most instances, for most people, that is so. It's another person than you think it is. It's another experience than you think it is. It's another feeling that it gives in your living experience than you thought it was. And that's the whole point of the journey. That's the whole point of the twin flame. That's the whole point of the revelation that life can be for you in this perspective. Our Lady of the Star Blossom says, I bring you sweet tidings of heavenly grace from the star-filled heavens. There are spiritual beings of great wisdom and love that wish to assist you now. These beings love you unconditionally and will come to your aid if asked. I am with you and I shall always be, even when you ask for assistance from other loving beings also. Together we can assist you. These loving beings, through me, share this message with you. Ask us for assistance, and we shall not hesitate to bring our great power to your aid. We all wish for the same result, for love to be made fully manifest. Ask for our help, beloved, and all shall benefit. Isn't that exactly what we're doing right now? We're going to ask more kinds of beings to give you their input on what twin flame healing even is. I prepared the Oracle decks for that. And Divine Mother says that through her, we will hear from more kinds of beings and they will be guided by Divine Mother herself. One of the simplest and most powerful spiritual techniques available to everyone is to ask for help each day from the guidance that loves you unconditionally. You may have a clear sense of who your guidance is, but more likely than not, you are not so sure. That doesn't matter at all, fortunately enough. All that is important is that you know that you have a team of higher spiritual guidance that loves you unconditionally, and that their job is to help you fulfill your divine destiny on planet Earth. Now, that may sound self-indulgent, but in truth, when you succeed spiritually, everyone on earth benefits. Higher spiritual guidance operates on a win-win base. Whatever you ask your higher guidance for assistance with will benefit the entire human race. As Mother Mary has the spiritual goal of liberating all living beings, she very much wants you to connect not only with her, but with your entire team of spiritual guides. It matters not whether those guides are tribal elders from other lifetimes, or star beings that resonate at the level of unconditional love, or angels or ascended masters, or more likely, a combination of all these mentioned. What matters is that you get into the divine helpful habit of daily requests for guidance. I love that. We live in a free will universe That means that you can ask for the guidance and then get it. That is amazing. And Our Lady of the Star Blossom is the one who invites us now to go deeper, together with Divine Mother, to hear what twin flame healing is from more sources than only hers, and she will guide that for us. And she gave me another card, and it has the same basic color, the light blue. And it is the card Our Lady who gives peace. And isn't that what we want from whichever guidance? Isn't that what we want from twin flame healing? Many people on the twin flame journey are desperate. They are in desperation, and I was once as well, so I understand. Desperate to get the person to react to them, desperate to get the love they feel they actually deserve, desperate to make come true what their heart whispers to them. And the point is that you can make that come true. And the point is that Divine Mother wants that for you. And the point is that it's real, but you've got to make it real. And the first point of making that come true in yourself is when you go to peace instead of desperation. When you go to peace instead of feeling depleted. When you go to peace instead of the wanting of the twin flame to do what you say. When you go to peace instead, that's the point when things start to work for you. That is the point where divine aid has been made come true and more will follow. That is the whole point of twin flame healing. You come to peace. You come to your inner peace, and it must be a sustainable, truly peaceful, silent, breathing, loving, unconditionally loving divine space that is here all the time. That's where you're supposed to land. And when you don't feel it yet to completion, there's more healing to do. Twin flame healing. And it's okay to do it. It's okay to be honest that you need it. It's no problem. So let's see what more we can ask to different beings and systems that are represented by my oracle cards about what twin flame healing even is, because it's not that you're wrong. It's not that you're wrong. You're just not having manifested yet what the full potential is of twin flame love and the union expressing in a real relationship. And this is the card of the creative identity system that is of my invention together with Divine Mother. And this card deck is called the Manifest and Heal deck. And we got card A1.3 because qualities are inborn. It is from the Artist and Transformer series that asks why. And I will go to the booklet, which is on my screen, and read to you the text that belongs to this card. Tune to your inner qualities. We're talking about what is twin flame healing. Tune to your inner qualities. Your deepest desire is to come home within yourself, an experience of being present within your natural abundance. Coming home is not an initiation, but a tender experience of peace that is present in and around the states of being, of golden flow and harmonious twin flame union. These states both are important to you because the harmonious union is for twin flames to click into, to be really who they are and have the relationship inside of that in a harmonious way with a true twin flame. And the golden flow is that your energy is flowing with your source. And when your energy flows with your source, you are also clicked in your twin flame abundance, which also holds your soul money. So that's why I say it like that. In and around the states of being of golden flow and harmonious union. These states are exact in-click moments. But their result, the coming home, is draped in your humanness around it. Initiations form the steps of the journey to arrive right there. In this movement of homecoming, you will see that you are at the beginning now, that you now will grow into who you really are, that you now see your mission for what it truly is and can start. Although it seems to look in many aspects like what was here before, although your mission may have the very direction, even if the same direction even, and your mission until that point was formulated from intuition, the 360 degrees of awakening that lies in this will make it all quite different. In this landscape, you will see for the first time fully what you have always already had been made of. Your inborn qualities with which you creatively give shape to your life and the world. You are a vortex made of spiraling powers tuned to the very specific tune that you are. This tone was earlier not yet in a restful peace, not surrounded by space and silence. And now it is when you are in golden flow and harmonious union. Before you will arrive here definitively, you can create this space for yourself in meditation. Give yourself an hour and sit down with yourself in your bedroom with nothing to do. However, a cup of tea, for instance, might work great. Something that feels natural for you and does not stimulate the mind. A series of days in which you give yourself moments of pure being can be a wonderful meditative and free home retreat to experience a preview of the simplicity of peace, of definitively arriving in your natural abundance, there where you do not necessarily have to create separate moments any longer, and continually are surrounded by this peace and live in exchange with that. Key is a beautiful series of 4 questions that will bring you to your natural quality of this moment. Did you already do the twin flame inner work called Key? You really need to start right now. Accessible from any possible emotion or thought that bothers you. And Yacht, the longer version of the Key tool, is a more elaborate version of that. And these qualities are essential to you that these tools lead you to. And they're always with you. These rememberings of the qualities inside of you give peace, silence, and the beginning of everything that you contribute to heaven on earth. Wow. So that is really what you can do because your qualities are inborn and the eggshell is broken open, as you can see on the picture, and the vortex has been laid bare that you are. You are the vortex of twin flame love. But to get there, you will go through healing. So that was what twin flame healing is, according to my own card deck. But what is it according to the dragon fae that also want to work with me. Oh, well, this sticks out very much immediately. So we're going to look at it. What is twin flame healing? Apalala. And this stands for inner peace. You are a peaceful being. You may not know it, but actually on a deeper level of you, you are a peaceful being that has qualities we saw in the Manifest and Heal card deck. You do have peaceful qualities, but you got to bring them forward. And that's what you are in your union. That's what you are in harmonious twin flame union. And you can start to experience that when you become conscious of it. And that's the twin flame healing that we're here for. You are a peaceful being. And you bring peace. So you're invited to stop putting your energy in conflict and wars. And that is the most important thing that you can do for the whole world, not only for your union. Because did you know that you don't need to resolve world hunger? You don't need to resolve climate change. You don't need to personally end all wars. You don't even need to personally prevent the oceans from being polluted much more than they are already. You also don't need to stop the air from being contaminated by poisonous gases. The only thing that you need to do is do the actual inner work, the twin flame healing, to go to true peace on the inner plane. And that is your contribution to all world problems, to all world wars. You coming in your union, your harmonious union is your contribution to the world peace and purity of everything on any level in the entire world and universe. That is your priority. And that is your contribution to all environmental questions and all political unrest. It is your vote by going deeper in yourself and actually reaching what twin flame healing points to. And that is harmonious twin flame union. And then ever going deeper afterwards. That's your contribution. And that's for everyone. Because when everyone would do that, all kinds of solutions will be birthed. All kinds of worldly solutions that we need will be invented. And they will be truly peaceful. They will not be temporary solutions or solutions that actually cause other problems, because they come from the whole now. And you can contribute to stepping in the hole yourself. And that is what that is. That is stepping into twin flame union. It's really a grand gesture that you can do. And you're invited to. And you can invite yourself when you don't hear it from the outside. You invite yourself and you just go in that direction. Apalala, you are a peaceful being, and that's what you contribute to the world. That's what you're meant to do. It is exactly what twin flame healing is, and also what healing of the entire world and universe is. See how you can be in harmony with joy in your life and come to bloom. And that is the best thing that you can do for everyone and anything in the entire universe. And that is literally so. And you may think that's like a figure of speech. You may think that's just an exaggeration. But no, that is not an exaggeration. It is not a figure of speech. It is exactly what that is. And it is exactly what you're supposed to contribute. Come into your union yourself, and other people will feel that you are there. And they will feel called to also do that. That's exactly what you're called to. That's exactly what that is. That is twin flame healing. You don't twin flame heal for yourself. You twin flame heal for everyone. Hi, Keisha. Welcome. Keisha, Elise. Yeah, welcome. We're doing some oracle cards, and then we're going to do a meditation and a healing. And then we get to your healing questions in this Twin Flame Live. So stay tuned, because you can ask me your healing questions. And if you don't have any, we'll talk about some most asked Twin Flame questions all around. All right. We ask a couple of sources what Twin Flame healing even is. And now we ask the Egyptian deck. And I feel this card. DNA. Change of molecules that have the building instructions of life inside of them. Let only constructive thoughts and people and feelings in yourself. You see the possibility to step outside of an old pattern. Visualization idea. Send with your intention healing energy to a place in your body. So twin flame healing, I feel, it is your twin flame DNA that you already are at a deeper level inside of you. And twin flame healing means to bring that forward and to actually live that. Even though people may think you're weird, you yourself may think you're strange. I'm sorry. It may be not known yet what that gives. It may be new. But it is in your DNA, and the point is to start to live it, to start to be it, to start to share it, to start to live from that space, fully embodying what it means to be the twin flame of your twin flame. For real, in daily life, actually embodied. That's what's being asked from you. That's what twin flame healing is. Not holding back. Not, yeah, we're twin flames, but I'm going to date someone else. I don't know. I'm shy. I'm not gonna claim it. No, that's not what it is. It means living that soul DNA. Living the full soul DNA that you are. Because you are the twin flame of your twin flame. And there's nothing more loving that you can do than being that for them, with them. What do you think that the most loving expression is of love for your twin flame? It's you. How precious you are. How precious. So precious. Treat yourself like that. That's what it refers to, twin flame healing. When you finally start to treat yourself as that valuable twin flame, the incarnation of divine love for your twin flame, when you finally start to live that yourself, that is when we reach twin flame healing. When you finally allow yourself to be that in all directions, in your actual daily life, no matter what, no matter the reactions or what you fear the reactions will be. I mean, that's the most of the thing, that we're afraid of, that holds us back. All right, Keisha tries to be back, but she just heard I had a death in my family. Well, that sounds serious. I understand. My condolences to you. Yeah, we all go in and out of life, and there is a sacred time in which that happens for all of us. And it can be very transformative to be in a relationship with that. It can even contribute to your twin flame process and your twin flame healing, because you get into connection with life and death and what actually dies and what does not die. And that can be a huge reflection on your twin flame journey. Realizing that the never dying element of you is the twin flame. And it wants to express itself, if it has the chance, into the living, ephemeral part of you that might so-called die, quote unquote. And twin flame healing means that you let that happen. That's the twin flame healing that you're asking for. Now, I shuffled another card deck and we got a card, and that was from the Mary Magdalene card deck. Oh, and the card that we got was the Magdalene herself. Mary Magdalene herself, which is the twin flame, the true twin flame of Jesus the Christ. So be you the twin flame of your twin flame. Again, that's where we are again. Back up a little bit. Again, you are the twin flame of your twin flame. And allow yourself to be that. That is the self-respect level that we are looking for with twin flame healing. That is the self-respect that is bringing your divine self forward that we're looking for. Go and be true to yourself. Dare to be different. Dare to make mistakes. Create, because it is through creation that you exist in a world full of dreams that have sprouted from your heart in oneness, love, and hate. wonderment, and um, loving others, softness and pain, joy and light. In the silent waits the unknown, a silence and an emptiness that wants to be filled. Step inside of it, full of courage and strength, like a rose that is coming out and showing its core more and more, reaching to the light. Love will bring you to greener pastures. Keep all your dreams in your pockets full of them, because life is a test of trust. Let your light shine. There is no beginning and no end. There's only love. That was the text of Magdalene's card, Mary Magdalene's card. And let's ask the master magician what his idea is of what twin flame healing is. Ok. Let me see, with the help of the book. Ak, you need to say ak, that's better. Dog, foot, is what the symbol means. This means you have touched the heart and a breakthrough is happening. There are new beginnings on the horizon and relationships are being formed. You are speaking now about companions of destiny. Emotional body issues can rise. And you also are touching actually the spiritual strength to get through that and to heal them. It is about your true authenticity. There can be issues of the emotional body. Maybe you have possessiveness and jealousy. And maybe you get caught up in the emotional drama of life, of the twin flame. Maybe you feel unsupported on your path of the twin flame. And you are seemingly disconnected from them. And there might be a feeling of being inauthentic. But you can transform that by becoming the witness who sees the emotional drama and not being invested in the emotional drama itself, but becoming the witness of it, free of the charge and purely the experiencer. Open to the connection and support that is really here. Because you might be just really mistaken about that there's no support, because there is. You looked into the wrong direction, believing there was no support for your twin flame healing, but there actually is. I open to new beginnings. I receive guardians and guides, which is also what Divine Mother said. So I also feel, together with Divine Mother and with the Master Magician, they speak about that there is a lot of guidance for you here. Once you truly open for what twin flame healing is, there is a lot of guidance. It's just here for the taking, but you need to open yourself to receive it. You need to stop being closed off and understand that it's already standing right in front of you. The guidance that you long for. that you need to clarify your lessons, that guidance is right here. Just take the hand and allow yourself to be guided. Allow yourself to be given tools. Allow yourself to go into a relationship where all of that is provided. Ak signals a breakthrough in your life, new beginnings, new perspectives, new allies, and new friends. As you express more authentically who you are, draw your resonance. Who you are, you draw your resonant chosen family closer to you. I'm sorry. When you express more authentically who you are, you draw your resonant chosen family closer to you. So true. Being authentically who you are courts magic. With your guides and companions, you have the ability to manifest your inspired visions and dreams. Recognize the eyes and hearts that speak the remembrance of the sacred trust that you already know in your heart. If you are attached to finding your true twin flame and yet find yourself seemingly alone, be willing to look at and heal the emotional issues within you that you are seeking to fulfill outside of yourself. The truth is that etherically you are never alone, and your true twin flame is always available for loving support through your spiritual connection to the one heart. Don't you just love that? The twin flame is already here. The twin flame itself is the one that guides you through your twin flame healing journey. It is your healing companion extraordinaire. It is the healing companion that you have asked for. Is the twin flame itself. Love it. Let's start a little meditation with that knowledge, because this is really an enormously deep moment of inner recognition for all of us that the true twin flame is in fact your twin flame healing guide, himself or herself. And let's sit with that for a moment. I invite you to close your eyes for a moment, just like I did. Just to take that in. And I invite you to simply feel how you're sitting right now. Exactly how you're sitting and where you're sitting, because it's perfect. But you may want to pay attention for a moment to your breath. Just simply sitting, feeling that your bum is resting on the chair, feeling that you have legs that are resting on the chair or the couch or wherever you're sitting, and that they're also reaching the floor, that the feet reach the floor and that the floor reaches the earth, and that you are breathing while you're sitting. And that this entire moment of you sitting here concretely with your bum on the chair, with your legs on the floor, with your feet on the floor, and the floor is in connection with the earth, and the concreteness of that while you breathe. And the breath is so spacious. It's giving you the spaciousness of your experiential field. And you don't need to change the breath, but you're just aware of it. To just be aware of the breath for a moment. Because it's forming your experiential field. And to then become aware of the core of that experiential field. That is you. You are the core of that. You are the center of that. Become aware of it. And through becoming aware of it, maybe you want to adjust how you're sitting a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit, because that gives you more freedom. Then change your posture a tiny little bit and receive more freedom. Just these gentle movements that support us. And to become aware of the breath again. And the fact that you are the one at the core of your breath, at the center of this spaciousness, that experiences this. That's what you are. You are the experiencer of all of this. Very concrete, very connected with all of the physicality too, but also at the same time free of it and at the core of it and the actual experiencer of it. And then as that, realize in this moment of togetherness that it is your true twin flame that is also together with you here in this intimate space. They are the ones guiding you. They are the inner wisdom voice. They are your true teacher, showing you how to step into your true authenticity. And they're here with you in this spaciousness, and at the core of them, you, the experiencer of all of that. They're already here with you right now. And that's what they are for you. That's what they can be for you. That's all they desire for you. And the intimacy of this situation is such that you are that for them as well at the very same time. So take a moment to take that realization in. You are their guide. You are there, inner teacher. And what an amazing role that is. And you don't even need to do anything because you are that. That's your beingness. You can just keep on feeling that you're sitting on your chair. Let the gravity do its work. Feel that you have legs. Plant your feet on the ground. Connect your feet with the earth. Allow the rest of yourself to have a grounded, rooted, experiential space. To feel that you're breathing. To be attentive to your breath. To feel that you are at the core of your breath, at the core of what the breath uses and shows you as spaciousness. And that is you, and that is the experiencer of this whole thing. And as that, you at the core of your breath as the experiencer, that is exactly what you are and how you are, and you are already right now as that, exactly how you're now, the guide for your true twin flame. You are that. Isn't that a beautiful, respectful place that you have in their life? And isn't that realization that that is what you are, giving you so much self-respect, and that that is exactly the twin flame healing that you need, because you are the divine gift to them. And to fully be that, to fully embody that, you take in that you are a divine gift. So take that in, and take a deeper breath, that you are the divine gift yourself. Taking that in, accepting that in your heart, accepting that in your breath, accepting that in your body, accepting that in your grounding, in your sitting on the chair, in your rooting your feet on the floor, accepting that in, that you are the divine present to your twin flame. Accept that in. That's what you are. Isn't that lovely? To then slowly, slowly thank yourself in your heart, and slowly, slowly and gently open your eyes a little bit again, so that you come back to the YouTube call where we were together. And I will actually look into another card deck to see what is good for you now. What is your crystal that is good for you now? And it is crystal Garoïd. Maybe the Dutch pronunciation, but there we go. Crystal 50. It's very purple. So that may be just the crystal for you in this space. Maybe you want to see if you want to buy it. Maybe you want to print an image of this or make a screenshot of this picture right here and then print it. And you can just put the energy of this crystal in your pocket, under your pillow at night, or whatever you feel like, because the picture of it printed is already having the healing properties that you are looking for. So that's the cheap version of crystal healing, fitting exactly at the end of this small meditation. And I am going to look into what this crystal means according to Judy Hall. Healing your wounds. Charoite gives you the deep physical and emotional healing. Twin flame healing. What is twin flame healing was the topic of all readings today. There it is. By transforming negative energy, this crystal changes unwellness into wellness. With its assistance, it acknowledges that your biggest trauma is at the same time also your biggest gift. Accept it with joy, because this crystal gives you new energy, heals and integrates duality, and heals unwellness from past lives that you feel in your present life. You get self-insights about the deep fears and feeling teared up that has been influencing your life. Maybe you feel like you don't really belong on the earth, or you want to duck down and hide. But you are actually not that. You have to learn that. You also have to learn that you are often moved by the thoughts and ideas of others and not by those of yourself. So your autonomous functioning, even in your nervous system, is not entirely right, and you need to be recalibrated so that you start to understand that that's not you, and you are an autonomous being. Future ideas belonging to this crystal. There is a time that you have got to stand up for yourself and get your destiny in your own hands. There will be a huge change of vibration with that. And that will have a huge impact on you. Visions of past lives may come up that show you how to work on your personal life and also on collective karma. Healing idea belonging to this crystal. By allowing to feel the present moment as something that is actually perfect, you do create space to heal. This crystal is of high frequency. It belongs to all chakras and all time spaces. And the path of the soul that belongs to this crystal is doing what your mission is, healing wounds of the past. And we're now going to invite ourselves to actually do some twin flame healing itself. And we ask the power of the Charoid crystal to be with us inside of it. And I will ask you to, if you feel for it, again, close your eyes for a couple of minutes. Because we're going to work with the 9 energy points in your energy system, following the creative identity energy system that is fit for this era in which twin flames come together early in their spiritual journey to be together for the rest of their journey. And it is good to feel your legs again on the floor, to feel that you're sitting very concrete. Your actual body is simply a part of what we're feeling. We're not trying to escape the body. We're just trying with our eyes closed to be also open to more than that. The subtle vibration that is also here. And we feel how the spine rises up, carries you. And you feel how the breath is here and it forms the experiential space in which the you is actually at the core of the breath. The experiencer. And you're simply invited to feel all that again for a moment. Beautiful. You don't need to change anything, but I mean, should you feel just the slightest of change in your posture because it feels more streamlined, then absolutely do so. Because there might be a posture that is just ever so slightly more peaceful. And that's beautiful because then we can experience, as the experiencer, more peace, more silence, more inner qualities. And that's what we're here for in a meditation, in which we are going to invite the 9 energy points. But we're going to keep it simple today and we're going to focus on point 1 and point 9, the beginning and the end. While you sit here, opening to everything that you can be. Your point 1, your first point that we're going to use for this little healing, is located underneath your feet, in the ground, at the place where you are standing, sitting, being present, your place on earth, underneath you. Free of you, but also defining you and giving you grounding, giving you the space to be. That's where it is. So let's make a connection with that space. Not by doing anything, but just by allowing yourself to feel that that is belonging to you. That is the space. And what does it tell you? Just be open for the communication with that space. Very good. To then become open for space number 9. And this is an energy space, an energy point that belongs to the 9-point twin flame energy system that is right above you. It's above your head, just a little bit like a hand width above your head. But it also touches the head. You can also feel it at the top of your head. That's where it starts. And that's such an spacious space above your head, right above your head, just right there where you connect into everything that is above you, all the forces in the air. It defines your space in the air and gives your head, your thoughts, and your waves and your vibration and all of that just space to be. So let that place in for a moment. It exists for you there to provide you the spaciousness that you need. Energy point number 9. Let that place in, even though it only mildly touches you on the head and is mostly above it. It does influence you and you can feel it. Just let it exist and feel it for a moment. Perfect. Very good. And now that you have a connection there too, let's talk a little bit about the technique we're going to use, because we are going to work a little bit with your energy to feed these points. And what we're going to do is we're going to conjure the energy from the divine itself to come into you. And we're going to invite it in from the space behind you, behind your upper back. In the depth of the space behind your upper back is where the divine light comes in. And it comes to you. It comes to your upper back and touches your upper back. And it comes into your body. And it comes into your chest. And it comes through your chest. And it comes out at the front of your chest. And that is the flow of divine love that comes into your space, your personal space in front of you, in front of your chest. And that's where you can catch it with your hands, both of your hands. And you're going to catch that flow of energy coming out and hovering in front of your chest. And both of your hands you take up and you move mildly, gently in front of your chest with the palms of your hands moving towards each other, very gently. And you're going to feel in the space in front of your chest that there is the energy that comes out directly coming from the source deep behind the upper back, in your chest, through your chest to the front, and in front of your chest. And your hands, with the palms towards each other, start to feel this space between the hands, with like 1-2 hands of distance between the two hands. And they start to feel that there is indeed this presence of divine love right between the hands. And you start to touch it and you start to feel the pulsation of it and the vibration of it and the light of it and the love of it and the tickling of it and the tingling of it. And when you pulse your hands a little bit with that, you just let your hand pulse with it. You start to feel more and more that this is the divine love flow. And now we're going to make that a little bit more compact by bringing the hands a little bit more together and gathering up, so to speak, this ball like a snowball of source love, source light, source energy, the vibration of source. And when you have it, you gathered it between your hands. Your hands are closer together now. And this whole ball of energy that you have gathered now, you will send now to your energy space number one and bring it there with your hands until your hands can no longer bring it there anymore, and you let it go and you bring that energy ball and you send it to the place of energy point one below your feet in the earth, where your space is on the earth. And you intuitively allow that space of source energy to go to that place beneath your feet, energy point one, and let it be absorbed there. And just let it happen for a moment. So that the place where you are standing and or sitting on the earth is becoming sacred because of this holy energy directly from source. And allow the changes in your energy field, in your body, that result from having given this energy ball to that space. Feel your breath. Breathe a little deeper. And allow that whole influence. Yes, very good. To then do it again. And let's get the hands slowly and gently up again to where your chest is. And let's let the divine love vibration come in again through the upper back in your chest. From that infinite place in your chest. And from the chest, let it gently come forward into the space in front of your chest. And when it's there, acknowledge that the stream of source light is here, source love, and let your hands touch it in front of you. And feel free to touch a little with the hands and the fingers, because we're going to form a ball again between your hands with this source light, this source energy that have come in. We're going to very gently press that together a little bit so that your hands come closer and you feel the source energy compressed a little bit into a ball that we can now, when you've got it between your hands and you feel it between the intimacy between your hands. When we've got this ball, we can send it somewhere. And we're going to send it to the place of your energy point number 9 above your head for twin flame healing. Because we've had your sacred place on the earth between your feet. Because you are the twin flame of your twin flame. And now we're going to also add this vibration and source light to point 9 above your head, where you're one and connected in the invisible truth with them already, all the time, in harmonious union. And let's help the ball of light to go to that place by reaching out and going higher and really placing that above your head, that ball of source light. Beautiful. And maybe you want to stretch your arms a little higher just to make sure that that energy is released above your head. And then let it do its thing there and slowly lower your hands, lower your arms, take them to maybe to rest on your upper legs and allow that source energy ball to do its work above your head at energy point 9 for a moment. And just whatever that is that needs to happen, that is this informative ball of source light influencing whatever is present above your head in energy point 9, let it happen. Allow it and feel that you're breathing. While that happens above your head, you are just breathing. And your feet are on the ground and grounded and anchored and rooted. And your spine is raising up. And you feel that you're breathing without influencing how it is breathing. And you know that you are the center of that breath. You are the experiencer of it. And meanwhile, above your head, something has transformed, and you allow that to happen. And you want to relax your face muscles and lower your chin a little bit. You may want to relax your eyeballs to rest in their sockets. You may want to relax your jaw and let your tongue rest in the underjaw. You may want to let your ears hang to the floor and your nose too. So just allow your relaxation in your face. And feel the breath. And let everything that happened above your head in energy point 9 influence you while you breathe. Whatever wants to happen and change in you, let it happen now in your energy, in your body, in the subtle vibration of your heart. Very good. Perfect. To then for a moment feel your heart that is exactly in between the space underneath your feet and above your head. And the exact middle, the center of everything, is your heart. So let's feel for a moment how it floats in between the energy space under your feet and the energy space above your head, and how that is the exact middle. The exact sacred middle. And let's consciously invite the divine there once more. Now also influenced by the transformed space under your feet and the transformed space above your head. And then the coming in via the opening of your upper back, the invitation to come in of source love in your heart. It's the middle point. At the same time of feeling the transformed space under your feet and the transformed space above your head. To then invite yourself to feel all of this as one worthy, sacred, beautiful whole that you are. And let it all become one. An experience of being filled with the love that can now come in because we have these coordinates anchoring this love and spreading it all around you and making sure that it is at all places inside of you. It's under you, it's above you, and it's in the middle of you. And everything is fed through this network. You, the twin flame of your twin flame, so sacred, so allowed to become filled up with love. Because you are the sacred inhabitor of divine love for them. And as much as you can let it in, you let that sacred feeling in right now. And then you thank yourself for the experience of having let that in. You may want to thank yourself by bringing your hands together in a prayer position or touching your heart space for a moment with your hands and thanking yourself for the experience of allowing yourself to be that sacred partner. Thank you. Thank you for the healing that I allowed myself today in this twin flame healing. Thank you. And breathe a little deeper and then slowly, gently come back. Open your eyes and come back to the call or the video, the recording that you're watching. You may want to ask your healing questions. And if you're watching the recording, you may want to put your healing question in the comments, even if it were only for you, because you are calling in more love through expressing yourself. So you're certainly invited to do so. And I will be asking, when we don't have input right now, for some input for two much asked twin flame questions that I know will touch you as well. And the first one is no communication This is a situation that happens a lot. So how can we heal that? By using this energy healing. And that's really what I wanted to ask for this live video. So, Divine Mother and all your helping guidances, what is within also the helping 9-point energy system the answer for what is a true twin flame healing for no communication? Yeah, and I am going to close my eyes and ask that. And of course, the no communication solution has to do with energy point 6, which is the face and the chest and the space in front of you in that space. Because that is where the communication comes out after you have felt it in your heart, which is energy point 5. And these are also the last two in the source magic code order of the using of the 9 energy points. I know that sounds complicated for now, but it means that it is the utmost outcome of all your healing. And then we go to the heart, and then it's the very last outcome to the communication area. And what I'm feeling is that the invitation is to connect the communication area, energy point 6, with energy point 1, which is your personal foundation. And that is to be found in your legs and where you're sitting on. So let's feel that. No communication solution in energy point healing. You may want to close your eyes and feel your breath. And open for the concreteness of you sitting here. Because we never heal over ourselves. We always include your body. Very literally, exactly how you are. It's not a fantasy. So the invitation is to start to feel your feet. And are they connected to the ground? Do you feel the soles of your feet? Is there an open connection to the ground? Or does it feel closed? Does it feel warm or does it feel cold there? And accept it exactly for how it is. To then also feel the ankles. And feel your feeling relationship with the lower legs. To feel the knees. To get a feeling relationship with the upper legs. To feel exactly how you're sitting. To feel that you're sitting on the sitting bones. And to accept them exactly for how they are. And to feel that personal ground in your body, starting in the hip area, starting between your legs, in the space between your anus and your genitals. That is the most fundamental place where your torso is being tied up. And holding all its intestines. That is your fundamental personal starting point of everything that comes above. So feel there that you exist there, whatever you feel there. If you're feeling warm there or cold there, if you feel there at all or don't. And then feel that you don't, which is the starting of feeling. Excuse me. Feel that place. And that's a very foundational element of what you are. That's what that energy point represents. And honor that. Be there. Feel the sacredness of it. Without this support system of your feet, your legs, your torso tied up place there's no you. And all the energy in and around it, the very same. It's your support system. Perfect. To then start to feel that you have a space that is consisting of your face and your neck and a little bit of your chest too, on the fore side of your body, your forehead, your brows, your eyes. Feel that you have a nose, feel that you have lips, feel that you have ears, feel that you have a chin, feel that you have a tongue, feel that you have a neck, feel that you have a chest that feels the breath too, because it's moved by the breath. And feel if you can feel the temperature in front of your face, in front of your chest. Is it warm or cold or lukewarm? Just to have your feelers out, to open there a little bit. Beautiful. Yeah, you're just feeling there. This is your communication area. And to now start to feel the connection between your energy place number 1 and this communication place number 6. The communication between your legs and your feet and where you're sitting on, and your chest and your face and the space right in front of your face. Is there a communication between them? Is there a relationship between them? And let's make that relationship happen right now by giving a few moments of silence to make them connect. Intuitively, let's allow the legs, the personal space that is the foundation of what you are, to support this area of communication. Choose to support yourself there. Let the legs grow out of the communication area. And let the communication area sprout out of your fundament. as a flower. So now they're connected as flower and root. And you have connected them with a stem that is the connecting space. And feel that you're so grounded and so supported. And feel what that does to your ability to inner see, inner hear, and your feeling of desiring to express yourself. What does that to it? Does it change anything? And when you are so connected now in your expression, what do you feel is the part of your connectivity that is most activated now? Are you called to start to inner hear? Are you called to start to inner see? Are you called to speak or to hear a word that wants to be spoken first? What is it? And then allow that to happen. If there is inner seeing, then allow that. If there is a call for inner hearing, then allow that. If there is a call to form a word, then allow that to come up. And become aware of what that is for you now. And keep that safe in your heart, whatever it is. And just thank yourself in your heart for the experience of this small change in your no communication situation, in your energy field. Thank you. To then very, very slowly open your eyes again. Come back to the call very gently. And let's look into another situation that happens a lot. And that is going to be the third party situation, because you know we hear it all the time. They're in a relationship with someone else, and I feel bad about that, and what should I do? And yeah, such a common twin flame situation. And maybe there is a twin flame healing with your energy field solution for it. So let's ask Divine Mother to come up with something now that I can feel and communicate to you, and we might feel into it together again. So if this is you with a third party situation, they're having someone else, they're dating someone else, they're married. Let's find what an energy healing solution might be for you. And let's, well, I guess for the last time in this call, in this video, for a couple of minutes, close our eyes again for this one. I'm closing my eyes now and asking Divine Mother, what is a good one for this 9-point energy system to feel into twin flame energy healing of the third party situation? And she shows me that working with energy point 3 is perfect, because that is at the back of your body. We're feeling into the lower back where your tailbone is. And there you go inside of the body to feel the intimate area that is in and around, the energy in and around your genitalia too. So deep into your hips that that is where we're ending. So cold. And that's a very intimate place where you're supposed to feel at home, the most intimate. And she just invites us to feel there, just exactly where I just described. There's your energy point and exactly how you're sitting now, exactly for what's going on right now. Don't change anything, just feel and go inside that space and allow whatever is there to surround you now. If you go into a dark space, then let it become dark. If you go into a luminous space, then allow the light to go on. Whatever it is, go inside of it. This intimate space. It is as if you're in a cave, so enclosed and beautifully private. It's really your you cave, your twin flame cave, your twin flame home, where you're so home, you are connected to your soul that is connected to your source. You just breathe a little deeper to take that in. So sensitive, so beautiful. Take a little deeper breath again to feel it. And when you can visualize being there, what are you seeing? Is it dark or is it light? Is there a familiar surrounding or is it alien to you? Does it feel dark to you or angry or cold or warm or light or joyful? Just to notice whatever it is. To now start to invite source light into it. It's like a flame that starts to arise from a spark. And now this flame is starting to lighten up the space. You start to look around to see what's going on. And you see a couple of situations that have to do with your intimacy. And they play out on the walls of this cave. And they look like things that are truly going on or things that you're scared of or images that you've seen in reality or in your head about the third party situation. And you just take that in. Okay, this is what I see here. In this intimate cave, this is what I see in the images of the third party situation, and accept that. Because it's only with acceptance that we can move forward to something else, to heal, to change, to transform. And with your heart, accept it. forgive. To then breathe a little deeper. And to now experience that the flame that is lighting up the walls of your cave is starting to augment in shining power. And it magically, in some sort of way, pushes the images of the third party situation outside of the walls that surround you of this intimate space. And it pushes the images outside of that wall until they disappear out of sight because they're outside of the wall on the other side now. They're not visible for you anymore, those images. You don't even see them anymore at all. You don't know where they are. That flame, that light pushed them out. And now you're going to acknowledge and establish and reestablish the boundaries of the walls of your cave in energy point number 3. And the flame, the light helps you again with establishing that wall that is now so beautifully pure and white with gold and light and pure and original. And there are no images anymore on it. They've been pushed out to the other side of the wall that you have nothing to do with anymore. You can't even see it anymore. And now the walls on the inside are pure and light and white and gold with beautiful texture that is glistening in the light. And you take that in, these beautiful walls with a golden shine. You accept them in, feeling your breath, loving this sight, feeling safe, feeling surrounded by divine light. In the safety of your own home, your own house. So intimate, so sensitive. To feel your breath a little deeper. With which you push out the last remnants of all the third party ideas and visualizations and knowledges and situations and movies. With another breath, you push them out even more. Outside of that space in your hips, outside of your energy field, outside of your entire body reach. And they're breathed out, moving further and further away from your core, from your intimate sexuality home. With every breath, they disappear further away. While you feel inside of you your sexual home. And you feel the breath pushing them away further. While you rest in your intimate sexuality home. In peace. And we ask Divine Mother to seal us in that space, in that cleared consciousness state. And she embraces you right there, loving you right there. And you allow the changes that comes from this sealing of Divine Mother. You accept the changes in your heart. And you thank your heart for collaborating in this small meditation, in this small twin flame healing. You thank yourself for letting it in. Thank you. And then slowly, slowly, gently, you open your eyes and come back to the call. Well, thank you so much, Divine Mother, for being with us in this healing as well of the third party situation. And I want to thank you all very much for coming to the Twin Flame Healing special um, live, right? Know that you are very much invited to come closer in a very many other ways that we have as well. Know that you're very much invited in our Facebook group. This is our community, that is our living room. When you're there, you can get one-on-one appointments with me that are exclusively for Facebook group members. That's beautiful. It's very helpful, very inexpensive. You can also get the beautiful multi-page Divine Love reading, also exclusively for Facebook group members. This is a hugely important and long report that gives you everything that you want to know about your twin flame situation with your true twin flame. One thing I want to mention as well is that we do have a special small group workshop coming up at this moment when this video has been published. It's coming up in like 2.5 weeks. Time is flying. It's going to be at May 4 and 5, 2024, and you're cordially invited. You're going to experience the depth of this kind of healing for specifically your twin flame like challenge, right? That we're also first going to figure out what exactly that is. And I will guarantee you that this intensive 6-hour long weekend workshop, plus a lot more services around it as well, before, during, and afterwards, it's going to be a huge push forward to your state of consciousness of harmonious twin flame union that you can reach. So you are invited to come there as well. And I will leave a link about that below in the description box and in the pinned comment. Know that there are always ways to come closer with me that are fit for you. So ask me if you didn't found it yet, because I do have more options besides this, and you will simply love it. It will often mean that you invest a little bit in yourself, but you will get it back manifold. The 9-point energy system of creative identity is only one of the elements that I use in everything that I offer for people that come close to me. And there is a lot more I cannot even begin to express. And one of the things is, of course, always that all the forces that I work with in videos like this, such as the Master Magician and the Dragon Fae and Divine Mother and Mary Magdalene and the crystals, and they all come back in my services as well because they are fully supported by all of these forces. And sometimes there are individual guidances that I can help you with as well, but I only can pass all this on when you come closer, so you're certainly invited. Thank you again for participating in today's live experience, and I will see you real soon. Love from Petra.